We're just days away from the 2025 NFL Draft, and the Kansas City Chiefs might be cooking up something big. Could they trade up from their 31st overall pick? Buckle up, because we're diving into that juicy possibility and more. What's up, buddies? Welcome back. If you are new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We cover all AFC West news here on this channel. Big news dropped from ESPN. The Chiefs are shopping around, eyeing a trade-up in the first round to snag an offensive lineman. ESPN's Matt Miller spilled the tea, saying the Chiefs are actively looking to move up. They signed left tackle Jaylon Moore in free agency, but stayed quiet otherwise, focusing on re-signing their own guys. The trade-up would likely be for a long-term offensive tackle fix, with the goal of jumping ahead of the Houston Texans at 25 and the Los Angeles Rams at 26, if a top left tackle is still on the board. This move makes total sense for the Chiefs. Heading into 2025, the only thing holding this team back from another Super Bowl run is that offensive line. It's gotta get fixed. No ifs, ands, or buts. The left tackle spot in particular has been a mess since Eric Fisher left. It's been a revolving door. Orlando Brown for a bit, then Joe Thuney stepping in last year, but he also traded. The Chiefs are in a sweet spot with 8 draft picks and not a ton of holes to fill. They can afford to bundle some picks to lock down a stud tackle. Settling for good enough at 31 isn't going to fly anymore. Even with late picks, Veach has worked magic before, but the Chiefs have been burned by settling for offensive linemen like Kingsley last year. It didn't pan out. If they want to get this right, it's now or never. Time to invest in a long-term solution. The Jaylon Moore signing is solid, but he's got guard experience, so there's flexibility. Draft a tackle or guard, let them battle it out for left tackle, and the other could slide to left guard. So, should the Chiefs trade up from 31? I'll break down the details in a sec, but first, we want your take. Hit the pinned comment and drop a T for trade or P for pass. Let's hear it. Now, here's a spicy question. With the Chiefs' dynasty in full swing, will anyone actually help them trade up? This team's already in a juggernaut. Take the Buffalo Bills. They got burned twice by the Chiefs in drafts. Remember the Patrick Mahomes trade years back? And last year's Xavier Worthy deal? Bet the Bills are kicking themselves thinking, man, we should have kept Worthy. The Chiefs have the ammo to make a deal. Pick 31, a second rounder at 63, 2 third-rounders at 66 and 95, a fourth rounder at 133, and 3 seventh-rounders at 226, 251, and 257. Matt Miller says the Chiefs want to jump ahead of Houston, 25, and the Rams, 26. So who might they deal with? The Broncos at 20 are likely locked in on North Carolina running back Hampton. No trade there, especially with a division rival. The Steelers at 21 might stay put if Shadir Sanders is available, since Aaron Rodgers hasn't signed a deal yet. The Chargers at 22? Another divisional foe. Tough sell. Green Bay at 23 is an option, but the real team to watch is the Minnesota Vikings at 24. Here's why. The Vikings went all in last year, trading up for J.J. McCarthy, which cost them picks. This year, they're light on draft capital. Just a first-rounder at 24, a third at 97, a fifth at 139, and a sixth at 187. They're desperate for more picks and might be open to dealing, even with the Chiefs since they're in the AFC. A trade with Minnesota could get the Chiefs ahead of Houston and LA, and it wouldn't break the bank. Last year, the Chiefs moved up 4 spots with Buffalo, swapping a third for a fourth and tossing in a seventh. For Worthy's impact, they'd do it again in a heartbeat. To jump 7 spots from 31 to 24, it'll cost more. Maybe a third and a seventh. But with 8 picks, Veach can swing it. He rarely uses all his picks anyway, often trading for future assets or moving up. So, who's the target? Will Campbell's a top 5 lock for the Patriots, and Armand Membou headed to the Jets in the top 10. That leaves Ohio State's Josh Simmons, who's often mocked to the Chiefs at 31, so no trade-up needed. Gray Zable's stock is all over. Some say top 20, others say he could fall to 31. But the guy to watch? Texas's Kelvin Banks Jr. His stock's climbing, and he might not be there at 31. If the Chiefs are trading up, Banks could be the S-real steal. I've watched a ton of his tapes, and I'm a huge fan. Way more than Simmons or Zable. At Texas, for 3 seasons, he racked up awards. Outland Trophy, Lombardi, Jacobs Blocking Trophy, Unanimous All-American, and First-Team All-SEC. He dominated in the Big 12 and SEC with a stellar Pro Football Focus grade. His pass blocking, elite. Run blocking, solid. He allowed just 1 sack, 7 penalties, 2 hits, and 7 hurries. Numbers I can vibe with. His footwork's smooth, he's patient, and he's agile in space. He leans a bit in pass protection, but that's coachable. So, what do you think? Should the Chiefs trade up for Kelvin Banks? Drop a Y for yes or N for no in the comments.